Welcome to day 10 of our 21-day core challenge. We're going to be using the ball against the middle of our back, and you're more than welcome to use a Bosu if you would like. Alright, so what I like about having the ball in the mid-back or even Bosu mid-back is it really works that deep core. Like if you've ever been told that you need to work your core from the inside out, this is seriously the way to do it. Because like after my first kid, like I couldn't even do this because my core was just like on complete fire. So yeah, if you're postpartum, err on caution. If you're feeling the crazy burning, listen to your body. We don't want that. We want to feel a little bit of a burn, but you definitely don't want to feel like your core is like falling apart. So just food for thought on that one. All right, so my hands are gonna be behind my head. My feet are nice and connected to the mat. My heart staying open. Now I'm gonna keep my ribs pulled in as I open, or kind of go over the ball, and then exhale, crunch up, and then I go up and over the ball, and I crunch up. What tends to happen is we let the ribs like really flare and open up, and then we're hyper extending in the back, and we're not getting in the abdominal work. So we pull those ribs in. I keep that ab connection, and then I'm getting the good lengthening of the spine, and then I crunch up. Now I'm going to add on my next layer. I'm going to add those legs, work those low abs. So as I crunch up, I work those low abs. I pull leg up into that tabletop position. Chest comes down, foot comes down. I crunch, I lift the other leg. Staying with that breath, I'm going to add on another layer into that mix. Let's rotate. So I'm going to crunch and rotate towards that tabletop leg. I come back down. Now being mindful, I shouldn't be feeling any of this in my low back. If I am, I'm overarching and going into that hyperextension. So you don't even have to like arch back. You can stay at that incline and just crunch and rotate. Crunch and rotate, or even just like rotate, I should say, for 4 and 3. Actually, I'm slightly off. There we go. You're gonna even yourself out. I'm on my last one, and then come on down. You can rest over the ball if you would like. I'm trying not to let my ribs flare. If you want to get rid of the ball, you can. I like to bring my hand behind my head to help lift my head up, and then I bend my knees. All right, so again, shouldn't get any back discomfort with this, so find that sweet spot. Just making sure you guys can see me. Okay, so hands behind the head. I'm gonna keep both feet connected. If you want to have the challenge of both legs lifted, you're more than welcome to. I'm just gonna listen to my body today, and I just don't really trust my balance on this ball a whole lot right now, so I wanna keep a foot anchored into the floor. But you can always do this next one with both legs up in tabletop. All right, so I'm going to keep my right foot anchored. I'm going to lift my left leg. I keep my elbows wide so I don't pull up my neck. And then I'm going to extend that leg out. Now I'm going to lift the leg up and lower down. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Now I'm going to add some rotation into the mix. So I'm going to lift the leg up, I rotate towards it, I come back down. And 3. And 2. Last one. And then I carefully come all the way down. Whew. Other leg lifts up. I'm working those low abs. I extend the leg out. I lift up and down. I personally like to ignore the foot on this. I don't worry about painting the foot or anything. I tend to lock out my knee and hyperextend it. So I've noticed that when I focus on the foot, my knee just loses its mind. So I just ignore the foot. And then I rotate. Also, I feel like if you ignore the foot, it makes the hip do a lot more work. to rest or to stretch it out. So I inhaled and just lengthened on out. I almost felt like I yawned right there. All right, so let's go ahead and put that ball back. So I'm gonna have my knees just nicely bent. I'm gonna hold on to the ball with my arms up, sink in my abs. I roll up, don't have to do that. And then come on. I'm gonna be feeling my abs after this. I hope you are too. I really hope you're feeling the abs. All right, so, and then I'm gonna scooch up. Okay, so now we're gonna go into some double leg extension. Just be mindful of the back, abs are drawn in, and then we're gonna very carefully bring one leg into tabletop and then the other. Now, if this is a challenge for you, you can stay there. We can always progress. For me, doing leg extensions is actually easier in a Pilates V. So I'm gonna do that then in parallel, and that's just me and my body quirk. So I'm gonna stick in the Pilates V. So I'm gonna have my heels connected, my knees are opened out just a little bit, so I kind of look like a frog. And now I'm going to extend my legs out and then come back in. So this is where I have to listen to my back. If I go lower, I will hurt my back. So a good chunk of you should be a lot lower than me. Whoo! But my abs are working like crazy. I got 2 more. We're gonna add on. We're gonna lengthen out, we're gonna hold. Now you can stay here or crisscross the ankles, one over the other. Back and forth for 4 and 3 and 2. Flex the feet, continue. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. I go back into my Pilates V. I bend my knees. I'm gonna bring my feet down. I'm gonna take the ball out again and stretch it out. Whew. That double leg extension is no joke. Oh my gosh. And you all did awesome. I hope you had a bigger range than me, but we can always build, we can always progress. And you are done with day 10.